XRP, wake up! Because it seems like it's literally dying against Bitcoin. Hello everyone, hope you guys are having an amazing day. XRP is around $2.17 in the red today, right? What's happening? Is it ever going to start moving higher, guys? Hopefully. I mean, something has to wake it up. Some type of positive news. Well, a total of 72 crypto ETFs pending for approval. XRP is in the lead with 19 of those XRP or of those being XRP ETFs. Right? We got 72. This purely says that, hey, we're setting the stage for the money, the tsunami to flood in. Don't you guys see? Right? So it's basically only a matter of time. Oh my, look at all these ETFs, guys. Right? What is this? I don't know, but this is just diabolical. Look at this. The asset. I mean, we're seeing S coins, meme coins, utility tokens, everything. Right? So alt season is right around the corner, seems but every time XRP gets good news, a dump occurs. Why is that the case? I don't know. From Brad Garlinghouse. While overdue in a bunch of ways, this is an incredibly important and exciting step in the continued growth of the XRP market. So CME says, starting May 19th, trade regulated capital efficient futures on XRP available in larger and micro size contracts, so you can scale your exposure with greater precision and flexibility. So XRP and micro XRP futures coming May 19th. Now, that's amazing stuff, isn't it? It just means more manipulation will occur. Why? Because enjoy the flexibility to go long or go short. Right? More risk, more leverage, more of it all is going to happen, guys. Now, what happened when XRP derivatives went live on Coinbase, guys? Right? It went live for like around here, and then it dumped and pumped. Interesting. Right? So remember this pattern, guys. Remember this pattern for when May 19th strikes, right? We may see another pump like this, a bigger one at that, probably. But when it did go live, guys, there's been a lot of manipulation. Look at the up and down on this, right? Lots of volatility. So fascinating stuff. There's going to be more of that incoming. Now, May 22nd is an important date to watch in light of the recent ETF approval of a 2x XRP ETF from Koreum, as SEC must to respond to Grayscale's XRP spot filing by then. It's all happening supposedly in the month of May. Right? The timing of it, crazy. So let her expand further on what this really means.
CME Group is set to launch XRP futures, expanding its crypto offerings. My name is Nova, and this is Crypto Briefing Breaking News. CME Group announced plans to introduce XRP futures, pending regulatory review. These futures will be available in micro and large-size contracts. The contracts will be cash-settled based on the CME-CF XRP dollar reference rate. The new development expands CME's crypto suite, which already includes Bitcoin and Ether futures and options, along with recently launched Solana futures. The move also corroborates a prior leak from the exchange's staging website, which mentioned the launch of XRP and Solana futures. CME Group.
So, I don't know, it seems like a great sign to me, because it's just that it seems like a big move is on the horizon, right? Now, the CME Group's announcement to launch XRP futures on May 19th, 2025, pending regulatory review, marks a significant step for institutional adoption of XRP, a cryptocurrency designed for fast, low-cost cross-border payments, as noted by Hashkey Capital's recent tracker fund launch in Asia. And CME's group's global head of cryptocurrency products highlighted growing interest in XRP and its ledger due to what? Its increased institutional and retail adoption, reflecting a broader trend where XRP's transaction efficiency, processing 1,500 transactions per second at basically non-existent fees per transaction, outpaces traditional systems like SWIFT, right? So everyone wants in, guys. So what does this mean for XRP? Well, this is a precursor signal to XRP spot ETFs, right? This is about making XRP tradable at scale, right? So when the money floods in, guys, it's going to flood in extremely hard. In-N-Out Burger says, which cryptocurrency should In-N-Out accept, right? Most definitely what? XRP, right? XRP needs to come in, guys. Why? The banker stated, my transaction cost me $10 and took 24 hours to transfer the money. Though, is it for them or could it be used on a daily basis, right? For XRP, a settlement happens in 3 seconds. Well, you look at that. They couldn't accept Bitcoin, right? Because the transaction would take so long. Now, the Fed and the FDIC jointly withdraw positions which now fully allow banks to engage in crypto asset activities. And basically, banking organizations may engage in permissible crypto asset activities and provide products and services to persons and firms engaged in crypto asset related activities, right? So the Fed just gave the green light to crypto and the banks. So the banks are going to come into play, guys. I don't know. To me, this seems like it's just a precursor, right? It's like a warning to what's upcoming. Now, last but not least, necessary step towards promotion of the United States leadership in the digital assets and financial technology ecosystems. Of the Federal Reserve eliminating crypto activity. Mandate for banks, right? So, again, guys, a higher price XRP is imminent, it seems as probably towards the end of the year, right? Maybe summertime, the start of it. And I really like this chart, right? So we got the wave count, 0, 1, 2, 3 goes to $18, then down to 5, and then up to 100, guys. Okay, so that looks good to me. You know why? When XRP goes to like $20, the indicators are going to be very overbought, right? So if it comes back down, right, and consolidates, it's going to cool off the indicators for another like higher, and then the bearish divergence will get formed, then the collapse will happen, right? And then utility strikes 4 digits. We'll see. Let me fix that for you. Ripple, $429 from the bear himself stated it. I think it's possible, guys, right? I truly think it's possible. Then, hopefully today's the day. The SEC versus Ripple is definitely ending with confirmation by the SEC. So now, the SEC had a Sunshine Act meeting, which already took place, which is interesting because what's happening tomorrow? Something significant seems to be on the horizon. Now, guys, there's the fun part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. From J9 Dalton, Friday to Monday, right? 4 days is tomorrow, guys. From what happened? Well, where was it? The Pope, right? The Pope leaving. And I heard tomorrow is the funeral, guys. Okay, tomorrow Chairman Paul Atkins will be giving remarks at SEC's next crypto roundtable on April 25th. Look at that. Plus the smiley face gets formed away or formed out in space, right? So what are the chances of all this? I don't know, guys, but seems very significant for tomorrow. Watch closely. April, May, June, July. Watch closely. And what happened, right? Was that the signal that the world has transitioned and is... Look at all the news that's coming out for XRP. Fascinating, isn't it? Now, I think Uphold maybe knows something. Up and to the right. If you guys want to buy XRP, I do have an Uphold affiliate link down below. They are the same picture. The screaming face from the bear. Supply is limited, attention is not built accordingly. And then they just posted this again, right? The image of the bear, which is looking to. Did anyone else post it here? No, they didn't. But you guys know the image. And then if you go to this tweet, guys, Uphold is bullish. Does that mean we should be too? Let's listen to this video.
Ripple really is one that hasn't changed much from last week. You did get a higher low, higher high, but it's just like really uninspiring, just really still a flag. This thing has been a flag for the doom, like, you know, when everything else was crashing, this is where your SOL alts and your base alts and really all alts, all mid to low caps were going down 80, 99%. This was going down like 20, you know, and then you're kind of getting similar. You have your FWOGs, PopCats going up 40, 50, 60, your Trump coin bounced like 60% today off of some news that you could get a dinner with him or whatever. And Ripple's really not giving you the same gains up. So I think this is just a waiting game. I'm not even going to beat the dead horse on Ripple too much. It's just the same deal. I mean, my opinion hasn't changed. I don't think Forrest has. It's very much a Bitcoin and Ripple driven market. And right now, it's mostly Bitcoin. I'm going to look at dominance. I'm just going to assume this is up. Yeah, I mean, this thing is just, this thing is no sign of selling down. So, and this is a good thing. Like, we talked about this too on the space here. Like, even if you're not a Bitcoiner, you're one of those people that I know Forrest with that, and he's kind of coming around a little bit more, which I love to see a shitcoiner from a Bitcoiner. So I'm kind of an old school BTC maxi from way back in the day. But forgetting about your biases and what you think of the coins doesn't matter. Even if you hate Bitcoin, you think it's a total piece of shit, the chart is telling you that you're wrong in the short term at least. You know, maybe one day you'll be right, but you weren't right the last. Let's see, you weren't right for the last 900 weeks in a row, or 900 days in a row rather, and you know, you're showing no signs of being right on that yet either. So one day I do think this is going to go down, but yeah, I don't think this, you know, hasn't been that day for the last 900 days. I don't think it's going to be that day for the next, you know, I don't know, foreseeable future. I will just leave it at that. I don't see any signs of it stopping. So Ripple is probably not even. I'll check in on Ripple versus Bitcoin really quick if I have it on here. I guess I don't. I'm going to assume it's doing the same thing though. I already kind of know it's doing the same. So I look at it every day and it hasn't done anything in months. So not going to beat a dead horse. This is a flag. This is bullish. You know, again, similar to Bitcoin. Start making lower highs, lower lows, right? Getting back down into this wick area, and I'll start to say, uh-oh. But for now, this is just a failed breakdown again. You know, saying it over and over again. But major props as far as I'm saying bullish here. I think he even nailed along down in this wick area, which is just, yeah. I mean, my hat's off to him because I've been bullish. I mean, him and I have been on the same page on the macro bull, but it takes a lot of balls and convictions. It's along that. Again, it looks obvious. Everything in trading always looks obvious in hindsight. And I have lots of supports here. I even put in the Discord. You know, we have the purple line here is the weekly band and the 200-day moving average. Like, you know, bad place to be bearish. I certainly wasn't shorting, but I didn't have the balls along there. So big props to Forrest and big props to anybody in the Discord that listened to Forrest's call there.
And we called it too, right? I literally said 162 back in December. But yeah, if that was the bottom, which I don't think it is, not yet. Not yet. It all depends on Trump. The fountain for today's video. A deal has been reached between Russia and the Nazis over Ukraine. Putin will be meeting Trump in person. For Mr. Poole, Trump and who? Exactly. So, we'll see what happens next. I hope XRP starts to wake up soon, guys, right? Because the excitement is fading since it's not pumping, but Bitcoin is super exciting as of right now. Hopefully the money flows into XRP. Let's go. Now, I need your voice. But it was as always amazing. See you.